yeah, somehow it is. Because ONIC PH, we've seen them place so many kinds of heroes into their lineup. It was a synergy. After that draft, they secured the early game, Valir, Natalia, and Hayabusa. It means that they're going to take every buff, denying that carry for any potential early game spike or mid game spike to late game. So the Hilda pick, I think it was experimental in a way that they already secured the early game, and we just have someone who can just, buy time for us or do some offlane things.
Some offlane things. That's one hell of yeah. That's actually I like it. I like it actually. The way you mentioned it, because you're literally doing what you are naturally doing in a different hero for sure, but it's just the same. You're doing it the same way. So that's how they play Hilda. Of course, Hilda is out of the meta because of many valid reasons. But I'm sure ONIC PH already know that they can use it, because if you look at the lineup of STI previously, they don't have their lockdown is very very potent, but can also be dodged easily, and that made them feel that okay, they have very good team fight. We can do just the offlane things where we literally split push all day long and just win the game out of it, and that's what happened.
Your team
That's what they did,
picking.
actually.
Yeah.
And now you have one of the best offlane heroes, side lane heroes, I don't know what you call it.
Your
The
team
Tams
is banning.
for Dlar. So we're gonna expect a lot of lane dominance here again, I think, for ONIC PH. But STI, they have good drafts. They're still relying on the late game with this Bruno. So let's shall see, because again, what they lack in game one is damage. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think this is bad that you put Bruno on a second pick. You have an open Kaja, and you gotta remember, Ling isn't banned yet. So if you really wanted to go for a potential burst, Ling is one. Second is there's so many aggression that may come in from ONIC getting that Kaja and Grok. It means the early game, once again, they can hold control onto that. So I'm not really that confident with this Bruno pick, but having the Uranus and Hylos, they might got that kind of control around those team fights. It's just that they need to be wary. And having that Selena, it means that once again, the buffs, the invades, or the golds coming in from Bruno will be denied by the rotations.
Wise was actually using this a lot lately. Sometimes during his stream, so this could be a Wise hero for ONIC PH. And you know what? I will not be surprised if Thams is gonna be played by Dilar and he picks up Execute.
Your team is picking.
Again, right?
I'm gonna say it right now. He's gonna pick Execute. Honestly.
Yeah.
With the Thams.
Okay.
This guy.
Okay. Wanna bet another coffee with that?
Yeah, a cup of coffee.
Oh,
I
the
will
coffee
bet a
game.
cup of coffee.
Okay, Dlar executed this,
Another
right?
coffee game.
Okay. Oh,
Okay. But yeah, kidding aside, I think this is a Selena that's gonna be played in the side lanes. Or hear me out. This is gonna be side laning Kaja. Okay, either that or Iaknu will pick up will pick up this Selena or Wise. Or we don't know. But yeah, I will not be surprised if this
what Manjin said, with PSTs, sure, it can never he is the one to get targeted by the sides of ONIC PH, so that's like a +1 run. And you know that this is ONIC PH, so I don't think that they would be giving away scores anytime soon.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like STI Estes for the win is something good. I still don't like Arrival on Export for some reason, but I think they're trying to pull off some cool Arrival play of their own. So, what do you think? I mean, how effective is the SS gonna be in this matchup, considering, you know, there's actually a lot of instant deletion that can happen with that stun from Jay on Selena, right?
Yes, I agree. Best bet that the STs could do rather here is a priority to go with the Bruno. But again, going back, it looks like they will be poking each other's selves into the turtle side of the lane. And like what I said earlier, this Dockman right here will just be on the aid of the Bruno. Thomas will be going in, but of course, just proper harassing for the side of ONIC PH. And you can see how squishy both these Bruno and STs get. And like what I said, early game aggression is onto the hands of ONIC PH.
Yep. Here we go for the aggression. I think this composition is meant to just go early.
Yeah.
Kimmy is one of the best early game marksmen that you can get because of the unlimited normal attacks that you can get. As long as you're protected, you can do damage. And I think that's been happening here over and over again. ONIC PH is actually quite solid. And that is a great gorgeous barrier flicker in by Wise. Wow! Wow, the flag play there. What kind of assassin flickers in front of a tower to get a kill? Wise, only Wise does it.
Yes, and we are now seeing some signs of aggression for ONIC PH right here. And like what you said, this Kimmy has a lot of lane bullying potential. Come early game flicker will be used alongside the Divine Judgment, goes for the kill. And again, this is just a 1-by-1 pickup for ONIC PH. This is, I think this is a good game with a cup of tea or coffee, if you may, Rockhart. Because, like what our panelists, still on coffee. Like what our panelists say, it's just really, you know, playing games. And speaking of playing games, looking right here, the Uranus will be taking a kill for himself, but they are too far from the safety net, and it looks like they will be forced to use a revitalize right here, as Steez will be using his heals, but up to what extent they won't be getting a pick off on that simply because they lack the damage to do so.
Yep, there's no way to answer the early game damage here of ONIC PH. That's probably why we're seeing a 1-3 so far with almost 2,000 gold lead in favor of the red side. There's just no way that they can answer it. I mean, they need to wait for Lembot to go super strong hyper carry mode. How long is that gonna take? And especially with the arrows hitting him and scaring him, how does he farm properly? These are the questions that need to be answered by STI.
Yes, and that was a good Grok block right there by the Grok right here. Just, you know, denying that blue buff onto the Bruno. But let's see, I think they will be trying to contest this. Nixu will be aiming for the top, but going back, they are kind of dispersed. Yaknu will be stunned. This will leave STI amount of space, but up to what extent STs will be forced to use the heal. But you have to take note, this has a certain amount of cooldown, and this can lead into an ONIC turnaround and about. But again, the Uranus will be targeting the kidney. That was a good call, but here, Wild Charge will be used for Yaknu, but Yaknu has a low spawn of health. Let's see if Uranus will be going for that one, but here onto the middle side rather, Thamos will be having a pick off on his own, while they will be forced to disengage and just really focus on. So it was a bit of a messy fight, but again, it's better to have at least one casualty than have all of your teammates die.
Yeah, a 1-for-1 actually is in favor of STI, considering they're the team that needs to farm a lot. So 1-for-1, okay, that's fine. I mean, we still got something. At least we didn't get flattened out or assassinated by, a Selena or a Divine Judgment from Oh My Venus. Again, Oh My Venus just so scary on that support at all times. And there's so much trust from Wise on Oh My Venus that Wise just goes inside, goes straight to the enemy, because he knows that Oh My Venus and Yaknu is nearby, ready to assist. So, ONIC PH, they're really showing off their synergy. They're really showing off their momentum, and that is showing with the turtle as well.
So far, we are now seeing 3 men onto the bottom side right here. Oh My Venus is gonna come. Let's see if he will be getting that Divine Judgment, and he's forced to use his ult very early. There will be the arrow and the stun. Lard will be in a very sticky situation, but still manages to use the ult to go to safety. But you have to take note, Kimmy is gonna be here. Look at that damage that he just flicking by
Wise.
Dockman and goes for that cleanup, and that was just beautiful execution by the side of ONIC PH, and they will transition now into the jungle side of STI. But just looking at this one, Rockhart, this is the disadvantage. This is a disadvantage of having 3 men onto the same lane. They share EXP, and look at the damage that the Kimmy has. He has a lot of space. Goes for that cleanup with that.
my
OMG,
God.
I think this is another maniac right here. Yes, indeed. And that was a beautiful fight for the side of ONIC PH. And before anything else, Rockhart, I'd like to go back to the points earlier. This is the disadvantage of having a 3-man in the same lane. They share EXP, and that leaves an opportunity or open window for the core damagers of ONIC PH to just really go in space and go and get the resources at hand. And you are seeing it with the damage output that the Kimmy brings.
And again, they're using the Kimmy to its full potential. Wise doesn't even need a tank. He's just gonna go in. He's gonna go in and hit
Yeah.
whoever he can reach. And
Ooh.
there, the healing going down from Duckman. Everyone is still pretty battered and bruised.
Ooh, speaking of
That's gonna be
battered and
another
bruised,
one
look at
monster
that.
kill.
Yes.
Oh,
That
my
is
God.
a beautiful fight for the side of ONIC PH, and this is my point earlier onto the game. But again, Arrow, someone will be stunned, and they will go for the cleanup. See, this is the disadvantage of having STs up your sleeve. Sure, you're going for the late game, but you have to take note the consistency of your overall draft. And by consistency, that means it has to work with the early, middle, and late phases of our game. And this is what ONIC PH is just simply doing, forcing out the ultimate heal of STs so that they could just really go for an easy in and go for a
Spree. Oh man, speaking of easy, what an easy kill on the top
Right.
lane, even under tower. No effort at all from D-Lar there for the take, and now they're being really corralled into their base with everyone just watching every corner. Like, how do you get out of your base with ONIC PH covering almost every side? D-Lar, he's actually cutting into those minion waves very heavily, and he can just walk wherever he wants. No one can do anything about it.
look at that detachment flicker out and goes for that cleanup for the Toms right here. This is just too difficult for the side of STI. They don't have their core damages right now, and this leaves an open space to just go for some kills. And just look at that now. The disrespect, just really entering the base. No hesitations, no questions asked. This is just ONIC PH showing some dominance, Rockhart.
Man, these guys have to take a chill pill. They don't.
Yeah.
What are they doing? They're just not stop here. 8
Oh.
8 minutes into the game. We're not even at 9 minutes. They want to end it right away. Minions are the only things they need, and they will treat Dogman like a minion. Takes him down really instantly. That's gonna be RGB following soon. I think that's it. So yeah.
Yes, that is going to be in the first side of ONIC PH about it. And like what I told, consistency. And you know what? ONIC PH has this, whichever hero that they choose, they always seem to make it work.